And welcome back to Daily Wrap. Well, there's good news for Donald Trump today, and it's not just the bottom line on his financial disclosure agreement. Republican voters say they like what they're hearing from him. According to a new Washington Post ABC News poll, 57% say they like the Donald compared to 65% of voters who saw him in a negative light just 2 months ago. Overall, Americans still find him unlikable, but he's been on the rise over the past 2 months, as the graph shows. Ms. Jandovitz, Lisa.
I love these polls. I'd love to see these people.
I bet you do.
57% of people, Republicans, that have high favorability ratings. I think what he's doing is he's reaching a slice of the Republican base where what he's saying is resonating with them. He's saying things that no one else would say. He's talking about people. A lot of people are fed up that there is not a stronger immigration. Is not stronger immigration laws.
There's not a wall, in essence.
Well, exactly. And so he's coming out and speaking to those people, and they're saying, yeah, this is what we want to hear. Whether that, I don't think he's good for the party. I don't think he will be articulating his views the way that he does on a national stage with the debate, and that will influence how the debate is going. He's getting a lot of attention now. We'll see how far he goes. I don't know that that's going to mean that he's going to get much further than past the debates.
Noah, should Fox consider maybe making the debate 8 hours? Because with the 10 people they're going to have between Christie and Cruz and Trump and Walker, I mean, how do you condense all of that into like a coherent argument?
It'll be a telethon.
Yeah, do it like Jerry Lewis used to.
Jerry Lewis the narrator.
Circulating in.
But you have a different opinion, though, as far as, Lisa, you say that maybe, and you agree with me on this in terms of it actually makes the individual GOP candidate look better, from certain people's perspectives anyway, with a Trump in there, because they actually look more statesman and presidential.
No, I didn't get to answer your question.
Oh, I was just asking it.
Yeah.
Oh, the 8 hour one?
I
thought we settled that with Jerry Lewis and we moved on to the second one.
Yeah, I figured out how long they were in 2012, but there were 8 candidates on the stage in 2012, and there are going to be 10 now. It's not a really substantial difference, although it's going to be
more verbose people though this time around.
A lot of people out too.
Yeah, that poll that said there are 57% now that have a favorable opinion of him. That's a dramatic reversal. He's now above water. There's a big rehabilitation campaign going on in the talk radio wing of this party that really appealed to what he's saying. But that same poll only showed that 17% of the electorate supports him. So we're talking about people who now have a favorable opinion of this guy, but don't necessarily back him. I don't know how much higher he can possibly get. And when he gets on stage, as you say, he's juxtaposed against a Chris Christie, who no longer looks like a bombastic bully. He's juxtaposed against a Rick Perry, who no longer looks like a heartless anti-immigrant candidate. I think that it doesn't do the party any favors, but it probably does do a few favors for the candidates.
Interesting perspective. Do you agree, Ungud?
Well, Noah's theories are interesting. We've talked about it quite a bit, and he has some interesting theories that are absolutely worthy of consideration. I'm still going to put my money on the fact, go Donald, go. I actually had a tweet today from a viewer who said, bad day for you, Rick. Trump's doing this well, this one. I'm going, dude, you don't understand. I hope he wins the GOP nomination. I truly, truly do, because it's going to make it very easy for any Democrat, including my cat, who identifies as a Democrat, to become president of the United States.
You're secretly scared of him.
No, he has my cat actually has it on his collar.
Speaking of that good day that Rick just mentioned, as we mentioned earlier, Donald Trump filed his financial disclosure forms, and as he's told us on more than a few occasions, he's very, very rich. Just how rich? Try $10 billion. Many of Trump's fellow GOP candidates said he would never file. Does this mean he's seriously running this time, Unger?
Donald Trump's rich?
We didn't think it would get the 10. You thought it was more like $4 billion. We got the 10.
I still do. I mean, if you look at how they disclose, it's mostly checking boxes that says I have more than 50 million. But whatever, who cares? Yes, Donald Trump's rich. We know this because with all that Trump class and style, he tells us every chance he gets. So.
Quickly, both of you, and then I have to talk about Ted Cruz. So, Noah.
Yeah, this is all very shocking that this is actually coming to play like we're seeing this. He hired somebody who he had fired on The Apprentice as one of his Iowa people. He sent sent out a graphic yesterday about the American troops on which he featured individuals who were actually members of the Waffen-SS.
Yeah.
This is a...
Even I wasn't going to pick on him for that.
No, he deserves to be picked on because this is not a real candidacy. The fact that it's behaving like a candidacy, it's acting like a candidacy, it's being taken like a candidacy is just a shocking development to me.
It's a reality
fully
show.
unserious.
Exactly. It's more like it's for television, and that's why I think he simply can't. It's hard to take him seriously. It really is. But with that money, he can do a lot. He can run a lot. He can run ads and so forth, and still stay out there.
Doesn't need ads. He's getting all the free advertising he ever needed
true.
anyway. Finally, Ted Cruz is courting Trump. As a matter of fact, he's meeting Trump today in New York City. According to Donald, he has no idea why. Rick, what does Ted Cruz gain by aligning with Trump? And can you see a Trump-Cruz ticket when he takes the nomination?
Boy, I'm all, go get him, guys. You know, if I were working at a liberal network, this would be where we'd insert a piece from Pinky and the Brain, the cartoon, because that's what the two of them are, Pinky and the Brain.
Wow, familiar with that.
Cruz wants to wake up every morning and say, how can I take over the world?
Oh boy, good Lord. Anyway, is Bernie Sanders finally catching up to Hillary Clinton? Back after the break.